Tarot got to be a very, very popular card game, especially in France. So you'll often see a Marseille deck. This particular one is the Universal Tarot of Marseille. It's a little bit stylized. I just like it a lot better than most of the other Marseille decks, which I think are pretty ugly. Here's the Fool card. Now, and you also start to see that they're starting to look more, especially in the faces, more like standard poker cards. That's the Queen of Swords, or King of Swords, Queen of Staves, Jack of, or Knight of Coins, and the Page of Cups. And again, with my majors, I've got the Fool down there already, and the Sun, and the Devil, and Chariot. Often in cards in this older date range, the Devil is seen as a hermaphrodite, so that's why it looks so funny. And again, your standard Tarot suits of cups, swords, coins, and staves. And just to reiterate, that's hearts, spades, diamonds, and clubs. Now the next deck I want to show you, it comes in 3 versions. It was made by someone, it's one of the first decks that was actually created for divination. His name was Eliette, his last name, and he just reversed his last name to come up with the name of his deck, called the Etteilla. So his last name is actually Eliette. It's from France, again. It's a very different looking deck. He actually printed a book first in 1770. Oh, I forgot to say that Marseille deck that I showed you came out in about the 1750s. So it was about 100 years after the Minchiate. And so this particular deck is like approximately, it's only 20 or 30 years after the really popularization of Tarot in France. This is his Fool card, which actually looks more like, almost like the Hermit, but it does have the animal down here tugging at his pant legs, and he's got a knapsack on his shoulder. Here's the King of Staves, Queen of Cups, a Jack of, or Knight of Swords, sorry about that, and the Page of Coins. Now these pip cards, they're not fully illustrated, but they have interesting designs underneath them. So those are clubs or staves, coins, swords, and cups. And the closest thing I could come to matching these two on trumps for in a standard tarot deck is Chaos. This is the Devil, which they call Violence, and the Chariot. The other two versions, so this is a type 1, and then there's a type 2 and a type 3. The type 2, I've only been able to find that through an independent creator, like, and again, like this would be like through Etsy or whatever, or Game Crafters. I'm not sure if this came from Game Crafter or through Etsy. It doesn't come with its own box. It actually came shipped just in a plastic bag, which I thought was kind of whatever. So it's kind of interesting. Again, and they're small, just about actually the exact same size as a standard poker deck, which makes them small for tarot cards. So here's the Fool again. Here's the King of Coins, Queen of Cups, the Knight of Staves, and the Page of Swords. So you can see these are a bit different looking. They're a little more stylized, you might say. And also on this set there are even more direct illustrations underneath each one of the pip cards. Staves, coins, swords, and cups. And again we have chaos. What it is it's a sunny sky surrounded by clouds. This is the devil, and the chariot is actually called the African despot, which is interesting. So that's that set, and again you can get that. I believe I got these through, I don't know if it was Etsy or Game Crafter. The name is called the Z Lisman Etteilla Type 2. Now the Type 3 deck is actually my favorite, and it's easy to get. It's called the Book of Thoth, and you can get this through Amazon pretty easily. The other Etteilla I got through Amazon.France. I couldn't find one here in the US. I had to go to Amazon's French site to buy it. So here's the Fool. Here's the King of Swords, Queen of Staves, Knight of Coins, and the Page of Cups. Now, a lot of people don't like the dark colors, but I like it because it makes the images stand out. It's actually easier to see them, at least I think so. There's staves, coins, swords, and cups. I just think they're really pretty. They look very classy to me. And here is their card for chaos. Again, it's like a clear sky with clouds around it and then the circles of heaven around. The devil card and the African despot, which is correlates to a chariot in a modern tarot deck. So those are the three types of Etteilla decks. Now they have a few extra cards in them. Or actually, it's the same number of cards. They're just named different. Like that African despot. I don't think there is a. Some of these cards they don't have an emperor and an empress. They have an Eastern and Western emperor. And all of those, as far as I know, come from about the same time period, which is about 1785. His first book was in 1770, and his second book, which is Divination with Tarot, came out in 1785. Now the 1770 deck, or book, excuse me, says Divination with Playing Cards. So he's making a distinction between his new special deck and the typical tarot cards, which he just calls playing cards. The Tarot 1JJ, you can sometimes still find this deck on Amazon. You may have to get it off of eBay. And basically it's a Swiss version of the Marseille deck. I like it a lot better. It's a lot better illustrations. This particular deck comes from about 1800. Here's their Fool card. Here's the King of Swords, Queen of Cups, and then Knight of Coins, and the Page of Staves. I just like all the colors. I think it's much better illustrated than the Marseille deck. It's just a nicer looking deck. Here's the 8 of staves, excuse me, 5 of swords, the ace of coins, and a 6 of cups. They're very easy to read. It's very much in a playing card style. And again, here's the sun and the devil and the chariot, which I've been showing. And I really like this particular deck a lot for the ones in that time period. This one came out about 1800. Now again, all of these are like way before. This is 100 years before the Rider Waite.